Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching The God of High School, Episode 9. So, last episode, we saw. I don't know which area of Korea they're from, but two different areas fighting in the tournament. One of them, I guess the I don't know if he's the strongest in the group. He probably is, but he was using, I guess, some old martial arts style. Um, Still beat the dude that he was fighting, who thought very highly of himself, thinking he was super tough. Apparently, he knows Jin's grandfather. We saw in a flashback as he's talking to Jin about their meeting that what was it? I think it was his father passed away, or his grandfather. It was one of the two, and he remembers that. Then he remembers his mom dropping him off with his uncle and just leaving him. And his uncle ran a dojo. Then he remembers Jin's grandfather showing up, who had Jin attached to his chest. He had one of those baby carriers, and he was passed out, so he didn't talk to him. But not that I think he could. He looked too young, or maybe he could have. I don't know. Anyway, he basically gave him this book of fighting techniques for that martial arts that his grandfather used to study, and he was coming up with new techniques for it. And he started studying it, and now here he is in the tournament, and he wanted to meet Jin, or Mori, I should say, because he's his grandfather's grandkid. So, yeah. And Mori wanted to talk to him because he saw that he wears a jacket with this white tiger on the back, which I guess was his grandfather's military group symbol. And he was kind of wondering what he was doing with it. And he asks him, and he tells him, "Well, this is to honor your grandfather because I'm indebted to him." That's when they get into the discussion, and then that dude from episode 7, yeah, from episode 7, the one with the shark, tried to attack Mori and him, and he got super upset about it, telling him that if he has a problem with him, that's fine, but leave other people out of it. And then the dude just leaves. Also, the guy that he fought in the tournament died from his injuries. And, yeah. His father, I think, or grandfather, I think it was his grandfather, was wondering why Park Mujin didn't disqualify him from the tournament. And he just told him he might be the key or whatever, and he's all, okay, I guess that's it. That's the only reason. And then his son or grandson, whatever, died. Q now has to go without 9 months of pay because he stormed into Mujin's office, breaking the wall and getting up in his face, angry, wondering why he let Knox kill the announcer. I can't remember his name, but kill his family, his wife and his kid. And then Mujin threw him up against the wall, got it, broke his arm, I believe, and then told him, giving him an invoice saying, okay, you're going to pay for the damages you caused. And then that woman that's always with him tells him, they're not dead, we've got them safe. What Knox killed were a couple of marionettes that I used to make look like them so that they think they're dead. Um, so he's like, you couldn't have just told me? And she's like, that's why I told you to calm down and listen to me. So yeah, he's got to go without 9 months of pay. So the next time we see him, he's digging under a vending machine trying to get a coin. I think it was like a 500, well, I guess it would be won coin. And then he runs into Han, who's asking what he's doing. And Han's working at this restaurant, so he brings him in, gives him some food. And he's asking him if he would train him in how to use, was it Charyuk? Is that what it's called? I usually don't try to pronounce it because I know I'm going to butcher it, but if I did okay, let me know. But he wants to learn how to use it. And he told Q, if you train me how to use it, you get free meals every day. I'll feed you. I just need to learn how to do this so that I could potentially one day fight Mori and beat him and have some kind of chance later on in the tournament when we start fighting stronger people who have this technique. I'm assuming he agrees because it's not a bad deal. He's going to be without pay for 9 months. He's got to eat. I don't know how he's going to pay his rent. Not that it really matters now because he's pretty much homeless since they blew up his apartment. I don't even know if they pay rent. Do commissioners pay rent or do they take care of that for them? Either way. Jin, Mori this whole time, knows it just has been pretty out of it. Like he's not been himself. He hasn't been upbeat and making jokes and all that. And it's because they told him about his grandfather and how Nox was attacking him. And the area where he was, where they had their big fight, there's blood everywhere and they're pretty sure it's his. And Mori tells them, if it's somebody attacking my grandfather, then I'd be more worried about them than my grandpa. But he's still worried because he doesn't know what's going on. His grandfather, I guess, hasn't contacted him in a while. And then he gets a letter with a map and a photo of his grandpa missing an arm, tied up with chains. So I'm assuming they're asking him to go so that they could try to take him out. It was also his birthday, and Han and Mira celebrated it with him. Mira made like some sushi kind of dish that did not look good, but apparently tasted good. And Han brought a bunch of stuff that he didn't get to eat because Mira and Mori ate all of it while he's explaining the best way to make what she did. Because he's like, no, it's got too much of this. What you need to do is make it with this, and you put some of this in it, and by the time he looks up, everything's gone. And then they had some cake, and yeah, it was a good birthday for Mori. He was worried about his grandpa and all this stuff going on. He also said that he doesn't want to use this Choryuk, whatever it's called, because he doesn't want to borrow other people's powers. He wants to do it on his own, which, is probably not going to happen. He's probably not going to want to use it, but it's going to eventually happen where he's going to use it. So, yeah. Lot going on right now. Sorry, I was just checking my email. Okay, so let's see what is going to happen in this episode. All right. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1, now. Grandpa's got a voice that sounds familiar. There he goes. Probably going to the location on the map. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do. A lot of these people are much stronger than who you're fighting in the tournament. And I know he wants to be the one to do it, but I think it would have been smarter to go to the commissioners. Let them know what he got. But, you know, he's going to do what he's going to do. And like I said, I get it. He wants to help his grandpa. So it looks like there's going to be some big fight with Knox. I didn't see who it was, though. I do wish they wouldn't do that in these openings. That they wouldn't show us anything that's going to happen. Are those Knox people? So does this mean that Mira's gonna have to be gonna have to take on everybody? Mira's gonna have to handle all of it. I guess they won't allow that. Just stretch it out a bit, all right? That's a cone head. They're setting you up. I don't know if he realizes that. Okay, so he's slippery. I don't think that proves anything except you like oil. Yeah, he's just gonna slide right out of that, isn't he? Oh. Oh! Threw him a real sword. Well, it looked like a real sword. Isn't that the... Yeah. So they are part of the cult. Knox. The heck? It's got a yin and yang on it. Oh. So it doesn't really matter if you use the sword, dude. You're not strong enough to fight her. We knew it was a setup. Well, we knew it was a setup. So is this why they didn't fight in the other tournament? Because they, or not the other tournament, the other match, because they took out their opponents before they could even get to it? Was that it? That's all it took to take you out? Wow. So are they with... So many of them. That was the real guy. You might not have had any intention, but he's still going to get out. Watch out for the sword. You could do it. That voice sounds familiar too. That is not your sword anymore. Whoa. That scream. Is that Jin? Yep, there he is. Get her healed. I don't know, he just kind of showed up. None of your business. She has a sword too. Oh. Jesus. Oh. Well, you wanted to know. This is what happened to him. Blue dragon. Oh, two dragons now. It would seem so. That was a pretty cool image of his grandpa. Dang. That was a good episode. Anything at the end here? No? Okay. Alright, so Yu is the first one to unlock her ability. Getting Lubu, of all people. I'm wondering who Han is going to get. Because he's training to learn how to obtain it. But I know that's not a guarantee that he'll be able to do it. Because they said some people train for their entire lives and never get it. And others, it just kind of happens. Kind of like now. So I'm assuming whenever Han is not suspended anymore, which is probably I think the next match, he'll excuse me, get into some situation, probably fighting the the blue-haired dude, I would say. Yeah, that one dude they said that has the shark, I believe, is who he's going to fight. Because they've kind of set that up with the first episode of the tournament, where he interfered with the match. The reason he got suspended in the first place, they set up this fight between the two of them. I'm assuming he's going to fight that guy, and he's going to have to unlock it somehow. Mori, he says he doesn't want to use it, and at the moment it doesn't look like he even needs it. But that doesn't mean that he's not going to get it. He could still potentially get it. Maybe either fighting the dude that, is a fan of his grandfather, or Nox interferes and he has to use it fighting somebody super powerful from that group. So I guess we'll see. Yeah. Going to be interesting to see how this turns out. So, if you enjoyed this reaction, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and get updates on our releases. Check out our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for anything else we decide to post. And check out our Discord where you can chat with me or anyone else. It's also a good place to go to see if there are any updates to the channel. Also, same as last time, next Thursday at 8 p.m., around that time, we are going to be watching 2 episodes of Katanagatari for another watch party. Again, we're trying to do this bi-weekly. Every week we don't do the podcast where we want to do a watch party. And this time it's not a seasonal show. It's a series from back in 2010. Katanagatari. We're only doing 2 episodes because they're 50 minutes each. So, yeah. We'll see what happens. You all should come out and check it out. Chat with us. Watch the series and stuff. And if everybody is interested, maybe we'll do the next couple episodes. Maybe not the next week, but at some point. We're still trying to figure out how we're going to do this. But, yeah. Come and hang out with us. So, until next time. Bye.